Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Next Rung Radio podcast, where we help you step into your power one rung at a time. I'm your host, Ron Creech, and I've got another incredible guest for you today. In my opinion, she is truly the real deal. She has a voice that hits you right in the soul and a story that reminds us that we can all rise from the ashes. She turned pain into power, from the voice to the viral healing anthems, and she's just getting started. So please help me welcome to the show my friend, the incredibly talented Miss Audra McLaughlin.
Hi, Ron.
Hello,
Thanks
girl.
for having me.
I am so excited.
I'm excited to be here. This is so cool.
As soon as Manny told me you was going to be a guest, I was like, yes. I went,
Yay.
looked on The Voice and looked all your stuff up, and it was so exciting.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate
So it's going to be a couple months from now, but it's mid-June, or no, I guess it's July, or is it July?
Oh,
August,
the summer has flown by so fast. I questioned the same thing. I'm like, what month is it? Is it July? Is it August?
It's a 100-degry month.
It is 100 degrees. I know. Between the storms and everything else.
It's crazy.
It's wild.
Yeah. So, Audrey, you just was sitting here doing it a while ago, but your voice, grabs people immediately. It's incredible. But your story that keeps them, it's what keeps people leaning into you. So I want to ask you this, if you can. When did you realize that your vulnerability was, let's say, your superpowers and not your weakness?
Yeah, I think for me, I was a very shy kid. I was very insecure. I really struggled in school, and I always kind of beat myself up. And so I always looked at all of those things as like a negative. Like I always looked at like my struggles and my weaknesses and all of those things as like, man, like why am I not like everybody else, or why am I this? And I always focused on the negative part of that until, to be honest, until I got sober, coming up almost on 2 years, September the 26th. Thank you. Awesome. My whole mindset changed. I had the help of a lot of really good friends who were there for me, and people who reminded me that being yourself and being authentic and just speaking the truth, talking about the things like being vulnerable and all of those kinds of things is so important to be an authentic artist, in my opinion, because if you're just one person in your separate life than who you are as an artist, I think sometimes that can get blurred because, people want to see the real you. They want to see all of the things.
Yeah.
And that can be hard. And I think for me, I was afraid for the world to see who I really am and who I really was, essentially. So I hid behind a lot of that. And I think when I got sober, it really made me be more vulnerable with the kind of music that I'm now making and that I'm now writing.
So you mentioned friends. So how important was it that you had a circle of friends around you that could support you?
Yeah, I think in this career especially, it's such a demanding lifestyle, and you have to have support. You have to have people that get you, that understand you. And for me, like I had some really good friends who recognized that I was going down a path that maybe wasn't the best for me, and they seen something in me. Like I was self-sabotaging myself, essentially, maybe stuck in fear, worry, whatever that is. I had a lot of friends that seen the good sides. Like they seen like, you have this talent, you have this power to like really make a difference in people's lives, like through your music. So why are you throwing it all away with alcohol? You know, why are you self-sabotaging yourself and being somebody that you didn't come to Nashville to do that. You came to Nashville to sing, and that's your purpose, you know? And that was like a wake-up call for me. Like the fact that I had really good friends that recognized that like I needed to turn my life around, essentially. I was like, okay, I didn't hit that like horrible, horrible rock bottom, but I hit whatever I felt like a rock bottom was. And for me, having those friendships here are just, the best thing that you could ask for, because it got me, to where I am now.
That's incredible. Because, a lot of people don't have that support or the friends around them. And it was interesting that your rock bottom is different than other people's rock bottoms, and you was able to recognize that and see where you're at. This song, it's one of my favorite. That I love it. It's "Hate Being Me."
Oh,
the title is but it turned into a healing anthem for like so many people.
Yeah.
So I want to dig deep into this if we can. What was going through your mind when you wrote this amazing song. And, what did you really expect it to be what it is today? Did you expect it to explode?
I mean, I only hope that the song gets heard by more people, of course. The more and more people that I hope to hear it, the only purpose of that song is to help others, For me, that song started at the place when I still was in that dark spot of like, not believing in myself, low self-esteem, always, so hard on me. Like I was my own worst enemy. So I think the way that Hate Being Me started was a diary,
Really?
like a journal
Yeah.
entry, essentially, which I didn't know that it was going to turn into a song. I was just writing out my feelings and how I felt. And one day I kind of walked into a writing session with my buddy Pete Salas, and I was like, man, this business and this and blah, 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 and I need to lose weight. And I was just like, all the things, the spiral. I was just out of I was in the spiral. I was just, I was like, man, I just hate being a girl. I hate being me. Blah, 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 blah. He was like, that's what we're writing today. And I was like, ugh. Because I'm one of those people that I hate to sit with my feelings. Like that's so and as a songwriter and as an artist, that's so important because that's how we get our message across to the listeners to be able to relate and feel like, oh, this song was written for me, But I can only write from experience. So I was glad that Pete pulled that out of me, and essentially those words and a lot of those lyrics that were written down were like literally just diary entries. And I said, well, I really want the ending of the song to turn into like, no, I don't hate being me. All of these weird, quirky things make me who I am.
Yeah.
So I'm just really glad that song made such a mark with so many people, especially on TikTok. And of course, I hope that it gets out to more people and can help more people. But I'm just grateful to where it's taken me so far.
Yeah. So when you was pulling all those feelings out, I know you just said, who wants to sit in the feelings, So how did you actually take that from a written, I don't know how women write in diaries, but one night you're sitting there writing, oh my God, whatever you do.
Yeah.
And then turn it into this amazing song.
Well, so I had just a few different lines written down. Like I had, too short, I'm too this, I'm too that, blah, 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 like the world, I'm listening to the world too much. I'm looking at too many magazines and I'm comparing myself to too many things. And it's just that whole compare game. The internet is such a beautiful thing, but it's also such a, it could be such a cruel thing too, right? It's how you use your perspective, essentially. If you let the negativity, if you only focus on the negativity, then that's what you're going to get in life. And, it's funny because my friend Manny Cabo over here, he's been one person I can say that has always encouraged me and has always, when I've spoke unkind things to myself or about myself, he's always been the first one to be like, you stop that right now. That, because what you tell yourself is what it's going to be, right?
That's right?
What you put out to the world, what you manifest, that's so important. And that's something that I never knew that how important that was until now. So I just think that song kind of just came out at the right time because it became a healing anthem for a lot of people. And for me, again, I didn't know really what the song was going to turn into. And I didn't know that it would be such a big part of my sobriety journey and just telling that story of, hey, listen, I've been here before. I've felt this way and I still feel this way at times. I mean, I'm a woman in the music industry who is looked at in so many different ways than, the men. And I love everybody in country music. I love every person. I have nothing bad to say, but it's just a little different for the women. That's all I'm trying to say. And so, but anyway, yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about that, huh?
I mean, in all love and grace. And I have so much respect for all the artists that are out there today. I mean, I look up to all of them.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, we've been doing this a little while, and we've had some amazing artists come on here, and the stories that they tell, just like your story, is amazing. You talk about Manny. I wish we could turn the camera around and you could see all of this, because when I walked out of the office next door one day and had to just walk out and go, I want to do a podcast. And so my contractor was standing out there, and I just asked him, I said, hey, man, can you build this for me? And he goes, yeah, no problem.
Wow.
So I built all of this before I ever knew I was going to do a podcast, or before I ever started. Let's put it that way.
I truly think that's something like, whatever you believe in, whether it's spiritual, God, whatever your belief system is, I think that's just a calling from
Yeah.
wherever, that's what I always believe. Like if something's telling you to do something, I'm like, I try to listen to that internal voice now
Yeah.
and listen to that gut feeling. And that's probably what it was.
That's right. When you can focus in on it, what they call intuition,
Mm-hmm.
that
Yes.
feeling from the universe
Yep.
that God gave you,
That's right.
that's incredible.
Yes, I agree 1000%. And I think, I love podcasts because, I listen to so many podcasts. So I was so excited to be here today.
Well, I feel like I already know you because, like you said, Manny, I mean, we talk about Manny on every show because everybody has great things to say about this dude.
The best ever.
He is. Yeah, he is. I mean, I met him in the middle of the Caribbeans on a ship one time. And
Oh, that's so cool.
yeah. And as soon as we, introduced ourselves to each other, we've been big friends ever since.
I love that.
Yeah.
Gosh, he's just the best. He's the best.
He's
I love
always
him.
encouraging. I can
He's
tell
like,
you that.
oh gosh, he's shaking his head back there.
I know. He
That's
does
okay.
it all
We
the
love
time.
you though.
He looks at me. He goes, "You okay, man?" I go, "Yeah."
He's just one of those people that he wants to see every artist succeed. Do you know what I mean? It's like whatever aspect that is, like he's always willing to like reach out and help in any capacity.
Yeah.
So, and he doesn't do it for any other reason than just to help people.
That's right.
That's literally it.
Yeah,
So.
one thing that I truly admire, we can quit talking about Manny because I know he's
He's like, all right, stop it.
Okay,
You're
please.
stroking my
Just-
ego here now.
Yeah, keep going. I see it. It's every day when we finish. Sometimes we hear to 8, 9 o'clock at night. Every day, the last thing he says to me is, "Man, you did a good job today."
Yeah, absolutely.
Every day. And whether it was good or not, I don't know, but he says it's good. So, we're going to get into this a little bit if you don't mind.
Sure.
And, I know you battle addictions, but the main thing is you reclaimed your voice, and now you're up for a major award.
Yeah. So there is this amazing award show called the Josie Music Awards.
Mhm.
And they're one of the biggest independent award shows for independent artists.
Wow.
And they've been around, I believe, since 2014. I'm not sure if I'm mistaken. I hope I'm not wrong about that, but they've been around a long time. And I got the chance to meet Josie and her mom at a Keith Whitley event last year. I did a Jesse Keith Whitley for his dad and Lori Morgan, and it was really cool. And they were there, and they were just the most lovely people ever. And they asked me to be a presenter last year at the award show. And I'm like, how do I apply to, be nominated, for an award? And so anyway, I submitted this year, and I was very surprised to wake up one day and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Like I've never been, it's just it's very cool to be recognized as an independent artist because there's not enough award shows and enough things to recognize independence, you know? So I think it's important because we're in a DIY world now, you know, podcasts, like internet, TikTok, Instagram, everything is DIY, and you can sort of do it all, you know, as we know.
As we know, that's right.
You can be yourself.
That's right. Anybody you want to be.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So let's go a little further with that. So what mindset shift to actually help you go from where we were talking about with it, the battle of what you was going through, from surviving to thriving, and what really keeps you grounded today?
Yeah. So for me, I think, man, it was. I think I started to just hit that, like, man, I just don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do music anymore. I don't want to be in Nashville anymore. I started to hit that place of like, I don't want to do any of it. And then one day I woke up and I think I went to bed and I just prayed and I said, I just kept getting this calling, like, you need to do something about this. You need to turn your life around somehow. I mean, I know that like I didn't get into any kind of crazy trouble, like where it was like, you have to do this. I knew that for myself, that I was like, something's got to give here. Like, why am I not happy? Like I want to be happy and I want to figure this out. And I moved to Nashville for my passion of music. And now here I am finding myself in this pickle of like, just all of these emotions and all of these issues. And finally I just woke up and I was like, you know what? I think I need to do something about this. And I went and got the help I needed. I've been working a really cool program for a couple years now, or for the last 2 years now. And like I said, a lot of good support from friends, from family. Music has always been the number one thing that has saved me in all of it, because I realized that instead of focusing on me, and what my problem is, it was like, I have to learn service. I have to learn how I can get out there, how I can help other people through my music, through my message, my story, and not focus so much on like, oh, like, why didn't this happen after The Voice? And why didn't, blah, blah, blah. All of those, like, I've been here for these amount of years, and why didn't I get a record deal? And blah, 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 blah. Just all of those things that we say to ourselves until we get to a place of like, we didn't do it for that. We started doing music for the love of doing music. Right. And the purpose of that, God gave me that gift, and he gave me that gift to use that to help other people through their struggles, through their happy times, through their good times. So I think that's when things started to turn around for me, is when I started to stop focusing on the negative and the things that were bringing me down, maybe the people that were bringing me down, the surroundings. And I just shifted all of that. And it takes recognizing a problem for yourself, essentially. Like, you have to recognize it within yourself. You can't let yes, you can be inspired by other people telling you to do this or that. But for me, I think you have to recognize it in yourself, that you want better for yourself. And I want it more in my life. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Hope that answers that.
Yeah, girl, that's amazing.
I'm a rambler.
Just ramble. Keep on. That's what we're here for.
That's what I love about podcasts. You can just ramble on.
Just here to hear your story. I mean, that's what we're here for. It's the day's all about you. Sure. So, and it's amazing. So anybody else who listening who's feeling stuck in pain, or maybe losing their sense of self, like you were just talking about, what would you probably say to help them take that first step towards healing, kind of like you did? Like you said, you prayed and then you woke up and you go, all right, I got to focus on this, and this.
Yeah. I mean, I would basically start with maybe somebody that they trust the most, around them, maybe in their circle, or just go to a church or start researching and seeing what different programs or different things that might be of help to them. I would say that if something isn't doing you justice, whether it's whatever that is, a job, a substance, then it's going to take that person to actually wake up one day and be like, man, I'm tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it is it's got to take that person to like do their research, to do, to advocate for themselves. Yes. And also look around and be like, who's going to support me through this?
Right.
And find that person and say, listen, I need help. I don't know how to do it by myself. What should I do? Where do I start? And that's why I'm always open about my sobriety on social media, just so people aren't afraid to reach out and I can send them resources and stuff. I don't speak publicly about the programs I work, due to anonymity, and all of that. But yeah, so I think that's definitely a first step for sure.
So social media, you talk about it openly. People reach out to you?
I do, yeah. I actually have a lot of people that will message me and say, man, like, I've been really struggling with this too. Like, how did you, what did you start with? How'd you get started? And, and I share my strength and hope with them and just try to point them in the right direction. And I think that's because, again, I realize that my purpose is to hopefully help others and to save them from whatever, I mean, I know I can't save the world, but I just always hope that maybe a song or something.
You can maybe save somebody's world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the key, man. Save somebody.
Save me. Me from myself. Gosh, I love Jelly Roll. He's such an inspiration to me.
It's amazing, right?
What an amazing guy. But yeah, I look at Jelly and I'm just like, gosh, people like him they deserve that fame.
Absolutely.
He's turning his pain into purpose and he's doing good for people. And those are the kinds of people that I like to see in the,
Absolutely.
guy.
Yeah. I've got, I told you about my business around here. We've got several employees that they just love Jelly Roll. They go to his concerts. They just, you walk over there and Nina's singing it. You go over there and Jamie and them has got it playing, it's constantly everywhere. And, we trying to not give a plug, but we work with this group called the Men of Valor.
Yeah.
That's one of the programs at Jelly Roll. I think they said he went through that. He's a sponsor for it and stuff like that too. So yeah,
I've heard about that.
it's an amazing group, man. It's
He's an incredible guy. I mean, and yeah, I just love the guy. I think he's great.
yeah,
It's wonderful. That's super cool.
yeah. Well, you gonna sing us a song, or we gonna do some things today? Or?
I would love to.
Yeah,
absolutely.
we can continue to talk if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I could sing a song, and then we could chat again. We could chat after.
Let's wrap it. Let's do it. Yeah. You ready, Manny? I mean, you're still glowing over there from all the compliments you got. What the heck? Hey guys, welcome back. We've got the beautiful and talented Miss Audra McLaughlin singing her next hit,
"Hate Being Me." They say I love too hard, fall too fast, give away so much of myself, I never get it back. I get too mad when life don't go my way. Look in the mirror at all the things they say I should change. To hell with what they say. I'm too short, too tall, too fat, too small. How do I live with myself? I'm too weak, too strong, never right, always wrong. My life would be a living hell if I listened to the world and what they believe. I'd hate being me. Every day's a fight, I'm finding now. Give myself a little grace and lay these weapons down. I pray every day I see in time how every scar, every mark, every flaw makes me one of a kind. I'll pay them no mind when they say I'm too short, too tall, too fat, too small. How do I live with myself? I'm too weak, too strong, never right, always wrong. My life would be a living hell if I listened to the world and what they believe. I'd hate being me. And who I'm trying to be. If I listen to the world and what they believe, I'd hate being me. Oh, but I don't hate me.
Holy smokes, man. How powerful is that?
Oh, thank you.
That's a beautiful, beautiful
Thank you
song.
so much. I'm
That's
so glad
awesome.
you guys love it.
We love it. As always, thanks for joining us today on the Next Rung Radio podcast. This is where we help you step into your power one rung at a time. And please remember to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast so you can keep up with the latest episodes that we produced. And remember this, what you focus on, you become. See you next time.
Yes, what you focus on grows.
You become.
That's right.